welcome to another episode of Being Black in the Netherlands. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in, and if it's your first time, welcome. My name is Ciao. Okay, so we've been talking about being black in the Netherlands, and it's like I said the other time, it's like a touchy subject, but it's also something that needs to be spoken about. So today is the second episode. I had a lot of interesting comments on my Instagram, also on the video that I posted, the first video. If you would like to check it out, I'll put a link in the description box. Yeah, there were so many interesting comments. I'm gonna go through a couple of comments, but today I'm also gonna be sharing some of the other experiences that I had in the Netherlands as a person of color. I've got my phone here, so but I firstly want to say thank you to everyone that put their comments down there or took the time to leave a comment down below. I really do appreciate that. I'm not going to read the comments, but I mean, you guys can check them out using the link that I'm going to put in the description box. But I just want to talk about a couple of things that, because I put up a poll on my Instagram, so other au pairs were able to put what their experiences were. And one of the experiences that stood out for me, or it's one of the experiences that I've had, is, can I touch your hair? You know? Like, stop it! Don't do that! Do not do that. Don't ask if you want to touch or ask to touch a black person's hair. I can't say it's offensive, but it's kind of like, why do you want to touch my hair? You know, don't do that. There's a video that I watched the other day that my boyfriend sent to me. I forgot the guy's name now, and they were talking about, you know, people in America and what they experience being people of color, and also about their hair. And they did mention that do not ask to touch a black person's hair. I know it's really interesting, you know, it's like, oh, how do you do that? You've got different styles. But I mean, you can Google, Google is a great platform where you can get information about people of color and other things that you want to know about their hair, etc. And also even in stores, like, I mean, there are wigs, they've got a similar texture, so those kind of things, it can be offensive to a person of color depending on who the person is, and but you just never know who you're gonna offend, so you much rather Google it than say something that's gonna offend someone. So that's also one of the things that offended me, but not offended me, but it's one of the things that I experienced when I was still in the Netherlands. Someone put a comment and they said, you know, Europe is obviously a place that is, for instance, for white people. I'm not gonna like quote the comment, but the person talked about how Europe like has a lot of white people that we know, and Africa has a lot of black people that too we know. And the person also mentioned how when they came to Africa, they experienced kind of like a similar thing where they were called like white person. I don't remember, look, I'm gonna put it somewhere there. I just wanna say the difference, or in my experience, the difference between the two experiences is that African people have been conditioned in such a way that they see a white person as someone who is superior, someone who is higher than them. Obviously, that is the way they were conditioned. It's not the way it should be, and it's not the way kids are supposed to be brought up. But we are brought up in that way, that white people they get supremacy, or they are treated as higher than a black person, which is wrong. But if we are to compare the two experiences, when a white person comes to Africa and people are shocked, it's not because they are racist towards them or they see them of lesser value, but it's because they are surprised, and they see this person that has been perceived or has been painted as someone who is higher than them. Obviously the kids are going to be like, wow, you know, but it's not because they're racist. As opposed to a black person going to a white community, they are treated as someone of lesser value, which is not right. And obviously once you're treated like someone of lesser value, people think you don't know certain things. People think you know, you're not educated. And that's the kind of experience that I had, for instance, in the Netherlands or even in South Africa. I sometimes get to places and I'm surrounded by white people, then I'm treated as if I am not educated or as if I do not know things, you know. And yeah, I'm not saying what the person said is wrong, neither am I saying it's right, but I'm just saying in my own experience or my own opinion, I would say the two experiences are not the same. And that's obviously just my opinion. If you guys have anything else to say about that, please do leave it in the comments down below. But yeah, let's continue with the other experiences that I had being a black person or a person of color in the Netherlands. So the one thing that I mentioned earlier is being asked to touch, like someone saying, can I touch your hair? Like the other day at work, this is in South Africa now. Obviously it's very nice. It was a compliment. The person said, wow, your hair looks very nice, and I'm like, thank you so much. But then they like, I just want to touch it, and I'm like, what? Very awkward. Don't do that. We move on. So yeah, another one is being asked where I'm from. Obviously a lot of people in the Netherlands love South Africa, but some people that are not educating themselves would then say weird things. For instance, you know, like what's been trending, Americans and what they think of Africa. So some people would be asking questions like, so where do you stay? Do you guys like have like wild animals as pets, such things? Those kind of questions are very weird. I know some people would want to know and show some level of interest, but Google, information is at your disposal, guys. Please do Google certain things before you ask certain people, because you don't know who you're gonna offend. And then I don't know if I talked about the Zwart Piet experience, but I did not really have a full experience, obviously because of the global pandemic, so I didn't get the Zwart Piet complete experience. And my host family did tell me about it and tell me that, you know, it's not because we are racist and it's not because we're trying to offend you. This is just our culture, of which I completely understood. Obviously, even in the Netherlands, black people that are Dutch, had lots to say about it, and obviously there were lots of movements, especially around that time. But I do not have the full experience, so I don't have much to say about it. All I know is that it's very weird seeing a white person painting themselves black, but that's just all I can say for now. Maybe in the near future I will get such experiences and then I can say or have a comment about it, but for now it's just very weird. Very awkward, super awkward. Then customer service, oh gosh. Like I said earlier, white supremacy is a thing, not just in South Africa, but everywhere in the world. It's a thing. I so do not like it. When I was in college, I also had the same experience where, you know, obviously kids that were white in class were treated of higher value, and then the black ones were of lesser value. So for instance, if a white person in the class would be like, can we get a break? I need a smoke. Then the lecturer would be like, okay, let's take a 5-minute break. But if a black person would say, I need a break, I wanna, say for instance, drink or something, then the lecturer would end up saying, well, let's just wait 5 more minutes and then we'll take a break later. You know, such things are really annoying. So even with customer service in the Netherlands, you know, you would find that white people are then helped first before the black person. Obviously in the Netherlands, a lot of people are really trying to get out of that system where there is discrimination of color, discrimination of race, but it's still there, you know, it's embedded in the system, which is the scariest and very annoying part about it, because if something is in a system, it's not easy to change it. So even if people try to you know, not be racist, but if you are brought up in a certain way, then you are accustomed to do certain things and have certain characteristics or behave in a certain way, not because you want to, but because you were brought up in that way. Obviously one can change over time, it's a choice, but there will obviously be characteristics that point out that part of you that you don't want, you know. Anyways, I just don't want to get too deep into it. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. Hey, I really have a lot of things to say. I have so many experiences, but we're just gonna end it there. Like I said the last time, if you guys have any other experiences, please do leave them in the comment section. This should be an interactive series, so I'd really love to hear what you all have to say. But from me, that's just it for today. Hope you guys have a beautiful evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.